Hey, good afternoon, Rambler parents. It is Friday. It is April 9th, and we just made it through our first full week back since spring break, so I hope it was a positive week for you. It's been nice to have some warmer weather, even if it is a little bit rainy out there. Great to talk to you. Okay, got a couple things to run through with you this week. Starting with fifth grade parents, next Monday, I believe I've connected with just about everybody on this a couple of times, but we do have our first MSTEP test. That will be at school on Monday at 3:15. And so there is one family I've made an alternate arrangement with. Everybody else, it will need your fifth grader at the school at 3:15. The test should take approximately an hour. This is an important test, but it is not a test that you can study or cram for or anything like that. So I don't want anyone losing sleep about it. Take it seriously, do your best, but this is something that we prepare for every day throughout the year. And I'm actually kind of excited about it because I feel like the science curriculum that we've been using this year is quite rigorous, and the kids have learned a lot about science. So I'll be anxious to see how they do on the test. So that will be on Monday. If you've got any questions about MSTEP, don't hesitate to call me on Monday or even over the weekend. I'll be happy to pick up for my families. I'll be happy to fill you in if you've got some questions on that. Thank you so much for all the compliments and nice, good, kind words about Reading Month. We had so much fun with that, and it was great. Great to celebrate Reading Month together. So continue to encourage your kids to read, especially those kindergarten, first, second grade students. Really can't be reading enough. And so if you've run out of books, hit the library, or you can use RazKids or Epic and find great things to read. And so we want to make sure that we're doing that every day. I have had a couple of kids this week who've actually finished quarter 4. I know that this is the end of week 2, but most of these kids have actually finished quarter 3 early, and so they started quarter 4 early. Now they finished quarter 4. And so in situations like that, what we do typically is we will set them up with next year's classes to give them a head start, which is great. That gives you a chance to preview the third grade curriculum if you're a second grader, or the second grade curriculum if you're a first grader, and it just gives kids that many more opportunities to learn the content that will serve them well for the rest of their lives. So if your child is getting close to being finished, don't worry about slowing them down or telling them to work slower or anything like that. Obviously, we want to go full speed ahead to the best of our ability, and if we do get finished early, we will not run out of curriculum for your Rambler. Speaking of the end of the year, we do have about 7 or 8 weeks left of school, and we'll be doing about 10% per week. And so then the last week is kind of a half week, as I say 7 or 8. It's actually seven weeks and like 3 days plus Memorial Day. So as we wrap up this school year, I wanted to just make myself available to you, and I have talked with most families as far as plans for next year, and clearly for a lot of you, that will depend on what's going on with COVID. But if you've got questions or want to talk options for next year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me about that. I'll be happy to share everything I know with you. Right now, this year, all schools in Michigan were mandated to provide virtual options for kids, for anybody who wants to do it for any reason for the 2020-2021 school year. Now, as we wrap up that school year, I don't yet know if the governor is going to mandate that again. She may or she may not. I did notice that in the Traverse City Record Eagle last weekend, they had an article where many of the schools in the TBA ISD have already announced that they will not be offering virtual programming next year. McBain has not made that determination, and I would imagine that will be determined by our new superintendent, Scott Acom, who has not started working here yet. He's still finishing up the school year at MESIC. So as the new superintendent and the school board make that determination, we'll have to see. It's entirely possible that McBain will have a virtual program next year. It's also possible that we won't. And so, I want just to make sure that people are in the communication loop on that. So at the moment, obviously, I don't have a ton of information. But if you want to talk about different scenarios or different options that you have as a family, I'd be more than happy to do that. So don't hesitate to give me a call. And I think that's it. So for this week, we just finished up. We should be at 20% or higher in all of our classes. Next week, we want to be at 30% or higher. Thank you so much for everyone who's doing such a good job. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Go Ramblers!